thing is ruined and about to begin. Can't put my finger on what lies in store.
For I feel what's to happen all of them before. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of their lives are unraveling undone. Something is needed to twist it as tight as string you might use when you're holding a kite. Tim Timmy, Tim Tim, to be Tim Cherry.
Step with the children with no nanny in the house. Me, that's who.
I have my say, Mrs. Brill. I've known this house forever!
Well, good riddance then. In my little stub on your way out.
Where is she going? What are you going to see to Mr. Pace?
What is all this commotion? Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain, while I remain the sovereign of Cherry Tree Lane. Coat! Winifred, you've engaged 6 nannies in the last 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. A nanny's a stalwart our children would gain by having such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane. Briefcase. Umbrella?
If only we could find someone like your old nanny.
Few women alive can manage Miss Andrews' standard of efficiency. Besides, we could never afford someone of her caliber. Now, place an advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
Father, we've written our own advertisement.
What on earth?
George, I think we should hear it. If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts. That's the part I could do. Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and very pretty.
Of all the ridiculous...
George, please. Take us on outings, give us treats. Sing songs, we won't hide your spectacles so you can see. Put toads in your bed, or pepper in your tea. Hurry, nanny, many thanks, sincerely. Jane and Michael Banks.
That's quite enough Tommy rot for one day. Now, will you please go to the nursery and let me get to work?
We were only trying to help.
It would help anyone to make me late. Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain. While I remain the sovereign. On Cherry Tree Lane.
Good morning.
Yes?
I've come an answer to the advertisement.
What advertisement? We haven't placed any advertisements.
Now, let's see. Play games, all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats.
Michael, it's our advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
Oh, none at all.
Good, I'm glad to hear it.
Well, take it up with Mrs. Banks. She manages all that side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And don't forget the references.
I make it a rule never to give references.
Oh, I see.
I'll see the children now, thank you.
Oh, of course, you'll find them very lovely children. Now, this is,
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't stare, and close your your mouth, Michael. We are not codfish. Best foot forward, spit spot.
She passed her eating then.
Or I did.
A very tidy nursery, I must say. Tidier than I was expecting. Who's responsible for that?
Mrs. Britt. Me. I am. I like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I appreciate, it's a child whose word I can depend on. Now, first things first. I always say the proper place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
There's nothing in it. You better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky. Mary Poppins, how could you know what we wanted in a nanny? When we made our list?
Your list. I'm not an item in the weekly shop, thank you very much.
How did you come then? It's as if the wind just blew you here.
It did. Now, stand over there. Just as I thought, a noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, mischievous
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered, and untidy.
I don't believe you. Let me see. What about your measurement, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say. Each virtue knows no bounds. Each trait is great and painterly sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Now, perhaps you have a few questions?
Not temperamental,
Never.
not grumpy or gruff.
The very most.
Will you say tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without a big fuss? Or have objections to playing with us?
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember this. I like games, but I choose them.
That's not
I
fair!
didn't say I was there. I said I was. Practically perfect, and here's my aim. But to believe me, you both will be the same. Practically perfect.
Practically perfect. We will be practically perfect in every way.
Best foot forward, spit spot.
Chimchimany, chin chin chiboo. I does what I likes if I likes what I do. Today I'm a screamer, and as you can see, a screamer's an artist of highest degree. And it's all me own work from me young memory. Stop right there. I recognize that silhouette anywhere I do. Mary Poppins!
Oh, it's nice to see you, Bert.
Oh, I must say, you do look swell.
He can't know you. You only just arrived.
I was just born 1 minute before I entered your house, Uncle Benix. Have you met these two birds?
Have I met them? Of course I have. I've seen them running about chasing a kite.
It isn't a real kite.
And so what are you all up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game called A Walk in the Park.
Some game. I don't eat spinach.
Come along, birds.
He can't do it. He's too dead
spark, then something, well, as plain as a pie, becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand. Oh, it's a jolly on the day with Mary. Mary makes her heart sound light. When the day is bright and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright. Our happiness is blooming all around us. The daffodils are smiling at the dawn.
Thanks, Daddy, what?
When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've no brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly all the day with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking. Hearts are good for us. It's just statues of sick grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it to spy us? We could learn a full alarm. Perhaps it's all a plot. I'll tell you what. She seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the heart.
What was that? You're quite wrong, you know. When you take a walk with Mary, anything can happen.
What? Who are you?
I'm Eunice. I've been half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this. It's been a good desire, we'll send her home to see us, and she take a gentle walk.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so fascinating. Let's stay bright and warm together as we want to. Mary makes the sunshine bright. Oh, happiness is blowing all around. Gentle Easter, the daffodils are smiling at the door. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. It's Mary that we love. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Jane, that really happened? Yes. But how? Mary Poppins, of course. How did you make it happen?
Anything can happen if you let it.
Mary Poppins, how long will you stay?
We'll see.
Mary Poppins, you won't leave us, will you?
I'll stay until the wind changes. Now, run along in.
Jane and Michael want to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Daffy, he had a fantastic day. We sang with the basket and danced with the statue. You wouldn't have approved, but
If you knew that, then why would you do it?
Daddy, can I cut a real one?
Could you fly it?
You could always teach me.
And when would I have the time to do that? Now, please let me get on. Good night.
Come along, children.
Poor Michael. All he cares about is flying kites.
I used to love flying kites when I was his age, but my nanny Miss Andrews soon frightened it out of me.
It's not out of the question to do without a nanny.
Don't be absurd. All the best people have nannies, so the wives can do the charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how is your tea party coming along?
I'm not so sure. It seems so odd to send out
By your friends shall he be judged.
But that's the point. They're not my friends.
Winifred, dearest, I'm only thinking of you. Besides, are you going to say anything to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well. But make sure she's doing things our way and not hers.
Winds do change, tides can turn, sink or swim, see what you've learned. Me, I was told, when I was small, just learn a trade, so I learned them all. Chim chimney, chim chim cherry.
Miss Brill, what about the cake?
It's just that, it's too hot to touch or ice for that matter.
Are you quite sure you know how to ice it?
Quite sure I've not been exchanged by Twill Nickapoo.
I'll just go up and check the drawing room.
I'd like to be helpful.
And I'd like to be rich, but destiny taught me otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room. She says you can tell Robinson I what to do.
Does she indeed?
Please, Mrs. Brill. I don't mind, honest.
All right, I'll give you one task and one task only. Put the icing tools next to the cake. Do you think you manage that?
Is that all?
For you, yes. For me, no. I swear, a slave in ancient Rome was on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Michael, why don't we make the icing?
Because we don't know how.
Don't be so feeble. Grab the eggs and flour.
Are there eggs in icing?
There are in mine. Robson and I bring me the cake.
Miss Brill, go think it ready now.
What have you done? What have you done? Robinson, I? Should I call a doctor?
I don't think it would be necessary, ma'am.
Children, you know how important this party is to me. You deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait till bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait till then. Why not go and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
But we're not ill. I won't take it if you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Pumpkin,
It's strawberry ice.
now you.
I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
I'm not sure I care. Open.
I'm cordial.
Now, Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane,
I told you she was tricky. Must be. Can't Robson I do when he wakes up? He is a servant.
with that attitude, we get through a lot of stats before you're quite old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find fun in stuff, the job's a game, and every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake, a lark, a spring. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar, some medicine, go down, no medicine, go down, medicine, go down. Just a spoonful of sugar, some medicine, go
somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say! Me, putting ideas to other people's heads. Really?
Precision and order, causing a wheel, opening a letter, closing a deal, prudent investment, financial sense, a ray of sunshine, pounds, shillings, and pence.
Thanks. Oh, what? I heard that my house is coming in again today. Have you made a decision?
I believe so, sir.
Good, good. Be sure to write one.
Every transaction, credit or debt, sheets of the balance, stories on net.
What objections can you have? My security is good. What? The market in Argentina is expanding. Have you not looked?
But Mr. Von Hustler, what I've yet to grasp is what exactly is your final product.
What do you think? Money, of course.
Yes, money, but I wonder, making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you mad enough to be a biker?
Assessing the market, limit the risk, into forever. Business is risk.
Have you made your decision, Mr. Banks? There's a town of good people depending on you.
I know that.
Give us this chance. We can have the factory running in a week and expanded by the year's end. I promise we'll give it everything we've got.
I believe you, Mr. Northbrook, and I've tried to find a way, but how can I be sure the money would be safe?
What about my workers? They'll make it safe. My men have dreams to earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you invest in us today and pave the way, I promise we'll repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mr. Northbrook.
Hello, Daddy!
What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
Oh, no, we're done. Besides, a man should never be too busy for his own children. What are you here for, young man? Have you come to get some money too?
Hardly. What would he need it for?
Well, it's never too early to learn the value of money. There you go. And there you go.
I know the value of this. It's 6 pence.
Oh, no, that's what it's worth. Its value is in how you spend it. Do good, and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
When I was a young boy, I would never have interrupted my father.
Were you ever a little boy?
Of course, and my nanny Miss Andrew kept hold of me.
What about your mother?
I shouldn't think I saw either of them more than once a week.
Who kissed you goodnight? Miss Andrew?
Certainly not. There was no time for hugs or kisses or any of that sappy nonsense.
Poor Daddy. When you invest the bank's money, what are you looking for? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I should say a good idea, but a good man is much rarer and much more valuable.
Come along, children.
Mr. Von Hustler, I've considered your argument, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea when you see one?
Perhaps not, but I recognize a good man when I see one.
You'll be glad to see.
A man with dreams that life hasn't broken. A man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man well certain at first glance deserves a chance. Now, Mr. Northbrook, when exactly could the new factory open?
Oh, you won't regret this, Mr. Banks. Thank you. Woo!
Now there, Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want an ounce of conversation.
I'm out of conversations, and right out of words too. Oh, I do have some letters.
Let's see if we can spell.
Rutoplex.
Lapidopteris, I win!
Those don't count. You made them up.
And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, you can't use the same letter more than once. Let's see. Super, califragilistic, expialidocious. That's not a word. Of course it's a word, unless I'm very much mistaken. I'd just rather use one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leap through lengthy lexicons to find a perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation clean. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say
smarty pants. Here we go!
Even though the salary is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always have a notion. Supercalifragilistic, 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 supercalifragilistic.
George, why on earth are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong. After I refused to loan the bank's money to some German chap who weren't our chief rivals, they gave him the money and now that's set to be a gold mine.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
That's exactly what they expect.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough.
It's more than loud enough. Go to your room. Mary Poppins, you're supposed to be taking care of the children and just look at them.
George, you're tired. Mary Poppins, perhaps you could keep the children occupied in the nursery tonight.
That's not fair. Daddy loses his temper and was shut up in the nursery. Daddy's mean and rotten and I hate him!
Jane, take that back this instant. I will not have you criticizing your father. Mary Poppins, take the children up to the nursery, please. George, if you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry, you will. I've been suspended without salary until you know what to do with me.
Twists and turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, the next moment frowns. But bad-tempered princes had better change quick, 'cause if the wind changes, the face might just stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, chimmy chim chim.
Why did Daddy get so cross? Fathers are supposed to look after their children, not yell at them all the time.
Maybe, but have you asked yourself who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children.
Wouldn't that be right upside down?
Sometimes families are upside down. Or a wide anyway.
I don't want to live in an upside-down family. I wish I could just run away.
Why don't you?
You diss me.
No, I wouldn't.
Go to bed.
Oh, Mary Poppins, I wish you'd just leave us alone.
Be careful of what you wish for.
Don't you ever stop.
You should govern your temper, or your temper will govern you.
I'm tired of this stupid saying and stupid games.
Just go to bed.
I don't want to go to sleep, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things,
Your information
is faulty.
Chim-chimney, chim-chimney, chim-chim-chimney, our sweet
lucky can be. Chim-chilly, chim-chilly, chim-chim-chiroo.
The luck will run off when he shakes hands with you.
Or blow me a kiss.
But
And that's lucky too. So you're going then?
yes, Bert.
Well, they are good kids, Mary.
But I will offer them things they want. But I can't help them if they won't let me.
So?
So they've got to be protected from the road. Cheerio, Bert. Keep an eye on them for me.
There's Mary Poppins.
Gone.
Gone.
Mrs. Brill, what does au revoir mean?
Why?
Because that's what she's written in this note. Dear Jane and Michael, keep playing the games. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
It's French. It means we'll meet again. Now come inside before you catch your death.
Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them waltzing chim-chim, chiree, chim-charoo. Chim-chimany, chim-chim, chiree, chim-charoo.
Exactly what it's bringing. The news are bad, happy or sad, the pendulum keeps swinging. A gentle breeze across the trees, holds a mighty rise. But what has gone, is trouble gone, and now 6 weeks have
Miss Brill, is the nursery tidy?
I tell you, you make a man pass out the first 6 weeks. I've got all the work to do, looking after the children ever since she left. And I've more work to do just to welcome her back.
If you knew how hard it was to track her down.
Well, really, man, can't see that.
Mrs. Brill, it's her, isn't it?
But I don't know who else.
She wrote in the note till we meet again.
George dear, you're going to be surprised.
Winifred, you know very well I hate surprises.
Oh, I do believe you're going to be proud of me. Hurry up, everybody! I want her to find everything spit, spawn, spick, and span.
Spick and span.
Our sense of excitement is hard to contain. Order is returning. It's returning. Someone is returning to cherish me. Good morning. The Holy
Miss Andrew, it's lovely to meet you at last. Do you hope you had a good journey?
It was thoroughly unpleasant. Where did George go?
I'm afraid he had an urgent appointment.
It's not much of a house, is it?
Well, we like it.
Then it does not take a lot to keep you happy. Look at the dust. There. And there. Phil.
Now just wait a minute.
Ah, you must be the children. Pity. I don't suppose you know who I am.
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Impudent boy. Why aren't you wearing stockings?
Because I don't like them.
Tut! What manners? I can see there's not a moment to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. By chance I brought the punishment that best befits this crime. Brimstone, sprinkle, and copper sail. These are the tools of my trade. It's the rules of sugar. You don't stand a hope of seeing that changes are made. Open.
It tastes as bad as smells.
West. Open. Your son will go to boarding school at once. As for the girl, I shall take charge of her myself. I won't stand for whining or whinging or whimpering, crying or lying, sobbing or shivering. I hear it clear that these two have to learn. First I take to the broad soul, then I pour the wine.
world.
She looks like something that would eat its young.
Oh, she can't be all that bad.
Miss Andrew was Daddy's nanny.
Which explains a lot.
Poor Daddy. Ever since he stopped working, all he does is sit around and nose. Mary Poppins used to say we could help him. Now it's too late.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about all that. You know what? How about we start things off with a bit of a shake for good luck?
Why would shaking your hand bring us good luck?
Haven't you heard? It's lucky to shake a chimney sweep's hand.
Michael, look! It's a big one! What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a proper kite.
I always want to fly one with Daddy.
Of course you have. But you need to get some training in. Do that and you'll make him the proudest father in the whole bloomin' empire. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight. With your fist holding tight to the string of your kite.
Post
taste for old medicine.
Mary Poppins, where did you come from?
She came from us.
Michael, Jane, you're very naughty to go running off like that, and I should be as angry as ever. If I weren't so happy to see you two. Where's Miss Andrew?
Gone.
Gone? Why?
She didn't give a reason now.
Good evening, ma'am. We found this one wandering in the park. Good night, ma'am.
George, where is she? Miss Andrew? She's gone, George. Mary Poppins is back.
Is she? Well, if I might have a word.
About my wages, sir. I won't take just any now. I should rather them for crew. Well, come along. I've got a job to do.
Come along, darling. After so many years of good service, you made a wrong decision. What's the worst that can happen?
Winifred, if I am to be dismissed by the bank, we'll be destitute.
Well, we'll have what really matters. The children and each other.
Mary Poppins, is this locket new? What's inside?
A portrait. You'll know when the chain breaks. Now, come along.
What chain? Where?
Just wait and see.
Uncanny, that is so hard to find.
You need your treatment really kind.
You're practically perfect.
And yet I'm sure there's still room for improvement. A few games more.
What are you doing up here?
And well, should chimney sweet be.
The world's awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
That we're awfully small and unimportant.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Not us so much, but our troubles. They seem so big down in the nursery, but up here,
Now that's more like it. Troubles are never so bad when you look at them from a little higher up.
Brush away the dirt and soot. Brush away your tears.
what's that swept away?
We may not know more to be true. Monsters are as much with time and rhyme. Fighting here, we try to step in, try to step in just in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Over the rooftop, step in time. Please don't step in time. Please don't step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Please step in
And remember, there's always good folks to help you should you need it. Back to the nursery?
Back to the nursery!
this? What is all this? Special delivery?
Special delivery stuff in time. Special delivery stuff in time. Special delivery stuff in time.
Well, it's time to go then. Good night, Doctor.
Not so fast. To the nursery. Jane, you too. Mary Poppins, do you care to explain?
First of all, I would like to make one thing clear.
Yes.
I never care to explain anything. Come along, children.
It's official. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business tonight.
Tonight.
We may as well face it. In just a few hours, I'll be part of the ranks of the unemployed.
Are you quite sure?
Quite sure. We'd better make some plans. So that's where I put them. After all these years.
What are these?
Gingerbread stars that once hid from my nanny. I used to dream that when I grew up, I'd learn everything there was to know about the stars. Funny, I haven't thought about that in years.
Well, it is good to look back on the times.
I suppose. Mary Poppins did this.
Mary Poppins. I know that name from somewhere. What's that thing that she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So add something healthy every day. Well, I best keep going then. Good night, Captain.
Good night, Bud.
Daddy, do you remember when we came to the bank?
Yes.
We were each given 6 pence. They'll spend them carefully.
And what did you do with them?
Nothing yet, but we've decided to give them to you.
I suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this.
She hasn't said a thing about it. You got a little extra cash and those things like little. Good night, Daddy. We do love you. Mommy, Daddy's really worried, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But just remember, your father loves you very much. And it's far more important than houses or jobs or anything else.
Mommy, I went to the bank with him.
I'd love to, but I'm afraid it just isn't possible.
Mary Poppins says anything is possible.
Do you really believe that, Mary Poppins?
Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can let it. Doesn't have to be so.
Changes can be made. You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade.
Anything can happen. It's a marvel.
You can be a butterfly or just stay larval. Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong elastic.
Some sounds are fun, some don't forget it.
Anything can happen if you let it.
If you reach for the stars, you can reach for the stars. But if the moon is big, if you reach for the heavens, the Feed the birds, sir, and it toughens back.
I would take it as a great favor if you'd kindly feed them for me.
We set down a scheme that was sexually ill, and we want to know why.
I'll tell you, I refuse to give Mr. Von Hassel alone because the scheme was hollow. He talked about profits, assets, and growth, but there was not one word about people. I apologize for ruining the bank, but I do not apologize for realizing there's more to life than just making money.
My dear chap, God bless this scheme ruined our lives in the nastiest way possible. We don't want your apology, we're offering ours.
Oh my word.
Do you remember giving a loan to a fellow called Northbrook? Well, he's returning it and opening 2 new factories. We're gonna make a fortune.
Oh my word.
Well, that's just it. We'd like to know how you did it. Give us the word, it would be quite safe with us.
Give you the word? Give you the word? I'll give you the word. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even now the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Forgive him, it's not his fault. It's all because of his nanny, Miss Andrew.
The Holy Terror. She told me everything I know.
But then now's your chance to get it.
It's okay, Winifred. I've made the bank a fortune.
Really?
By way of recompense, we'd like to offer you a job as senior manager, with salary at double,
Exactly how much has he made you?
triple, quadruple your present rate.
Close your mouth, George. We are not goldfish.
Well,
I'll accept, as long as from now on you know that I put my family first.
agreed?
Agreed. Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you.
Oh, George. Anything can happen, it's official. You can choose the super or the superfish. Sally for the waves. Obstacles start disappearing. Go on chasing dreams, you won't regret it. Anything can happen if you let it.
I love you, Mary Poppins.
You're a fine boy, Michael Biggs, and one day you'll be a fine man.
Oh, Mary Poppins, it makes me so anxious when you talk like that.
Likewise.
All kind and gentle, not a bit like me. Be cross, Mary Poppins. You be cross again?
Is that the things I get for the trouble I've taken?
That's better.
Go to bed.
Mary? It's tonight, isn't it?
Yes, friends.
Goodbye then, Mary Poppins.
Goodbye, boys. Look after yourself. With every job when it's complete, there is a sense of bittersweet. That moment when you know the task is done. Though in your heart you like to stay to help things on their way, you always know they must do it alone. They're practically perfect, and I hope it remains so.
Look, it's Mary Poppins' locket, but the chain is broken. Don't you remember what you said? It's a chain prints. Now what's inside? It's a picture of the three of us. It says, with lots of love, Mary Poppins.
Where's Mary Poppins?
Gone.
Gone. How peculiar.
She'll be back. Now what do you think of this?
It's the best thing I've ever seen!
If we fly it together.
And Daddy! Mary Poppins won't be coming back. She's gone forever.
Nancy, how could you possibly know such a thing?
Because we don't need her. Not anymore. Now the families will. Won't they, Daddy?
They will.
Maybe she's right, George, and we really could do it together. What do you think?
I think you better dance with me.
George, this is serious.
Look! A shooting star! We should wish on it.
I think we can do better than that. If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we've found a whole new stand.
He